I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
I'm about to go here with this one. Yeah, I'm about to go here. See, let me tell y'all something real quick. Yes. Yes. This right here, when I saw this on Afro Think Tank channel, I totally agree with this. I totally agree with it. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna stop right there for a minute. Do you know where there's a thing called, in America we had a thing called Crossburnings, right? Our algorithm is so contentious that it needs to be talked about. In the 14th century, or before America became America, right? Simply, I'm gonna talk about. I saw it, but I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna talk about that later on, sometime. I saw it a few minutes ago, but I didn't really finish it. Anyway, let me go ahead and talk about this real quick. There is a reason why I have a problem with this whole FBA, ADOS, Pan-African, the diaspora wars. I have a major problem with these groups online. All this is manipulation. Now let me address the point about cross burnings. The origin of cross burnings, the origin of burning a cross happens started in most likely in Scotland during the 14th century, 15th centuries, and before. In the early days of Christendom, People burn crosses in order to deter or to bring a signal to others to come or tell other people to leave. That's if if you're a historian. I'm not really versed in this issue, but if you actually study history about the burning of the cross, so in the latter day of the 19th century, the 19th century, after the Civil War, the Ku Klux Klan started to use the cross, and they lit it on fire. And many of those people from the South who joined the Ku Klux Klan and all the White League and the White Knights of the Kamala and of the Kamala, all these white supremacy groups that came after the Civil War and during Reconstruction, Jim Crow, all these white organizations used to burn the cross. And many of these people were descendants of Irish, and also Scots Irish. Just to tell you the origins and why the Ku Klux Klan and all these other groups would burn crosses. When the Ku Klux Klan take a cross and burn it in a black person's yard, or in front of a Jewish person's yard, or a Catholic yard, or even a Hispanic, in some cases to the Hispanic population. They did it down here in Texas. They put it in people who are Hispanics. Usually they use that as a warning sign to impede progress within that said community. Burning the cross is to, especially if the black person is a politician, a banker, a black person, a black man, a black woman whose economics is, if they see the potential of that person rising up among society, they're gonna burn a cross to tell this person not to be so uppity, and also to bring division within that community. This is how I view the algorithm that we're in of Black YouTube. Black YouTube and Black social media, in my opinion, are cross burning. While 100 years ago, 80 years ago, 40 years ago, or even up till today, anytime when somebody's burning a cross on some black person's yard, is a signal to tell them, don't unify, bring fear, bring trepidation, bring whatever the case to impede or prevent or to stop this black person to succeed and potentially help other black people within the same community. You see, the ADOS and FBA and the conscious community, the pro-blacks, are all guilty. The manosphere, the investors, they all do the same thing. They are born out of fear, hate, or distrust. Either it is one or all three. They are that. That's what all these so-called black groups online are. They are nothing more than an algorithm of cross burning. See, it doesn't take a white man to sit there and impede any growth among black women, black men, or even the entire black community itself. And what I'm about to show you, I'm going to prove my point, especially about the term FBA. I'm going to use this term FBA because and man of tomorrow, shout out to you. This is what I was talking about. Now I was on Auntie's channel a minute ago. I was on Auntie's a minute ago, and I kind of segue about this, right? Oh, it says me. I was from Auntie, just dropped my. Oh, okay. All right then. Yeah. So man of tomorrow said if things change, they lose their spot. That's the problem about FBA, ADOS, and the Pan African, the whole diaspora wars. Now I remember a few years ago, Phil the Advice Show brought up. I forgot her name. This. Oh shit. Oh man, I'm over here talking. Wait a minute, I'm over here talking. Man, I'm over here talking, y'all. Oh my god, now that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Yeah, no. I'm on my headset, and I actually I accidentally hit that the mute button. Oh my God! Now that's embarrassing. Have I been muted the whole time? Have I been muted the whole time? Because that's embarrassing. I'm over here talking, and I didn't, and I hit that. Actually, hit this mute thing on my headset. The last 3 minutes. Oh, okay, good. Okay, let's. Okay. Let me talk about each of my problems with the ADOS, the FBA, and the Pan African. I have a problem with all sides of this, right? I have a problem with them. Now let me start over with my issues with the Pan African. There was a lady. I'm gonna keep it short. There was a lady who was the United States, who was the African Union's ambassador to the United States. And when she was doing her little interview and Field the Advice show, you know who that grifter is, right? When she came over here and talking, she talking about, well, sooner or later, black people here are going to dress like Africans and be like Africans because now that we're linked up and blah, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. And she got this whole idea of oh, it's not the whole time. Okay, well. Let me put all my premise on my first. Let me finish my premise, right? Let me finish my premise. So the thing was, she acted so much like like as if we're going to dress up like Africans and be like Africans and eat out like Africans, knowing the fact though we are 2,000 miles away. The black people of the North, African Americans, African Canadians, the black British people, we're of the North, of the global North. We're separated from y'all for 500 years and 3,000 and 2,000 miles at least. There's no way for us to be like you. So stop trying to act like just because me and you are black and me and you have the same DNA and we got, the features. Understand, we are Americans. We're Canadians. You're not going to try to make us to be like you. I'm talking to the Pan-Africans here, to this Pan-African woman, right, who was the ambassador over here. Now, let me talk ADOS because I have a major problem with ADOS. ADOS, I have an issue is, how can you be for reparations and you want to go to the government to solve the reparations issue, but then you want to tell everybody that we need to vote solely down ballot and exclude who is running for president and who is running for governor. In order for laws to be upheld, and if you're going to pass a controversial law like for reparations and all that, right? Shouldn't you get the courts on your side to uphold certain laws? So if you're going to get the courts involved, that tells you, any person who know anything about the American system of government, it is the executive that appoints the members of the judicial branch. So how can you say, oh, we're going to ignore? How are you going to ignore the executive and vote down ballot and saying only the legislature and judicial are the ones who are going to solve the problem. That makes absolutely no sense. It's the most asinine thing. And then when Yvette Cardinale came out wearing the Trump hat, wearing that baseball cap with the MAGA hat, which leads me to FBA. Tariq Nasheed and everybody else talking about FBA this, FBA that. We need tangibles. Woo, 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 woo. And I noticed something. He want to join Tone Talks and Yvette Cardinale, and they want to create it. He want to be part of it. So they kicked him out, knowing how notoriously controversial Tariq Nasheed is. So Tariq Nasheed started using the term FBA. FBA, huh? Well, some of y'all might sit there and understand that this term FBA, and it goes back to what we have, to what you see right on the screen saying red pill in the manosphere has been reborn as FBA. What's going on, Clarence Jr.? What's going on with you? So, Clarence, you might be surprised of who created FBA. So I was on Talk Real Solutions. Shout out to Tyrone Thompson. Shout out to Tyrone Thompson. We was on Talk Real Solutions 2 months ago, and I was talking to a guy named Frodo One. Me and Frodo know each other for 10 years on YouTube. We know each other for 10 years on here. So what happened? Me and him decided to do some digging. All right. We had decided to do a lot of digging. And we found, well, he found one clip. I found at least 3. Right? And do y'all want to know who created FBA? See, FBA was created not in 2024. It was not created when Tariq Nasheed did it. It was created when Obama was president. And you will be surprised of who created it. You know, like I said, I went ahead, me and Frodo One, shout out to Frodo One. We done some digging. Let's play this clip. I'll wait till the ad, but I want y'all to guess who. I want y'all to guess who.
Coulter, you wrote that probably inadvertently and for all the wrong reasons. Donald Trump made an important point when he said of the Democrats' most recent presidential nominee, she was always of Indian heritage and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. Why do you say that was an important point?
Well, I write about this a little bit in my book, Knowledge About Racial Demagoguery, and also in ADOS America about immigration. And that is the important point he should have made is that the entire purpose of affirmative action, set-asides, civil rights laws that limit constitutional rights to freedom of contract, freedom of association, all of that was to make for the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. So unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational Black Americans, the descendants.
Whoa, wait, stop right there. Stop right there. She said what? She said what? Foundational what? Oh no, hold on. Put the overlay down. So I'm trying to get y'all to guess who said that. I'm trying to get y'all to guess who did Snow Bunny saying. What did she say? What did she say? What did this white woman say? Hold on, let's play this again.
You've taken away the whole purpose.
Of the Democrats' most recent.
We gonna go over here.
I like jewelry. I wear other necklaces too.
In a recent Substack column, Ann Coulter, you wrote that probably inadvertently and for all the wrong reasons, Donald Trump made an important point when he said of the Democrats' most recent presidential nominee, she was always of Indian heritage and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. Why do you say that was an important point?
Well, I write about this a little bit in my book, Mugs, about racial demagoguery, and also in ADOS America about immigration. And that is the important point he should have made is that the entire purpose of affirmative action set asides civil rights laws that limit constitutional rights to freedom of contract, freedom of association. All of that was to make up for the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. So unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves, you've taken away the whole purpose of this. And that is exactly what's happened once we got this huge load of immigrants. Now, a Thai who arrived on Wednesday will get an advantage applying to college, applying to corporation over a heterosexual white male. And
see, who invented the term? You see, this is not the first time Ann Coulter used the term FBA. Now I know people say, well, Big J, it doesn't matter. We're going to use it anyway. Well, I've done a little bit digging myself. See, there's only a few Black people in this space that actually do actual research. And a lot of y'all are followers. Y'all there for it to be grifted. I'm not. You can't lead me. I can't be led. That's why some of y'all are on that red pill for foolishness. Some of y'all on that divester foolishness. Some of y'all on that MGTOW that idiocy that called MGTOW. Right? But y'all are so easily led. And these people know you are easily led. But we gonna here. Because somebody else, Ann Coulter is a white conservative, right? She's a white conservative, but she's also connected to another organization, and somebody else beat me to it. But instead of me explaining it, I'm gonna let this brother over here explain it. I'm gonna let him explain it because some of us, it falls on deaf ears. Okay? It falls on deaf ears. Trying to explain things to y'all. And let me say fair use. Fair use under the section 106 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Wait. What did he say? The Tantan Network. Why don't y'all do y'all research on what the Tantan Network is, and why I kept on trying to say to a lot of y'all keep falling for the okie doke all the time. Right. Because because nobody is actually explaining things, what's going on. And let me go ahead and make this point. Let me make this point, right? In 18, what's going on here? What's going on here? In 1895, I want to say 93, 95, there was a riot in New Orleans. There was a governor, a former governor named Nicholas. If any of y'all who go to Nicholas State University, the namesake, who was a governor. Well, anyway, what happened was there was a police officer who got shot and killed. Nobody knows who shot and killed him. So they blamed it on the migrants, Italian Americans who started to work in New Orleans, because New Orleans became a port of entry for the South. So when all these Italian workers were coming in, this police officer got shot. Nicholas, who was a former slave owner and who was a aberrant white supremacist, he put out this idea to the African American population of New Orleans, saying, well, these Italians are taking away your jobs. These people are taking away your jobs, they're taking away your life, taking away your liberty. And a lot of these, they put out so much that a lot of these Negroes in New Orleans decided to turn on the Italian population of New Orleans. Does help started the riot during that time period. And what's going on now is the same thing, because now we have videos of well, who's Latino, who's black, the black versus brown videos, seeing all this, and then they want to tell you, oh, you're ADOS. We got to get rid of the migrants. We got to get now black people are now fighting the migrants who are Hispanic and now fighting Africans who come over here. Not knowing the talking points that's being used is similar to the white supremacists and the white nationalists from MAGA. And a lot of y'all over here do not want to follow the money. Y'all don't want to follow the money. Y'all don't want to follow the talking points, the origins of these talking points. Y'all just saying because y'all just be saying things, just be saying it without actually use some critical thinking skills to see for yourself. Some of y'all can't even comprehend what's going on. Which leads me to what which leads me to Roland Martin, right? It leads me to Roland here, right? Because Roland, and let me say this again, I have my problems with Roland Martin. I do. I have a major problem with Roland Martin. The problem with Roland is he's too much of an elitist. All right, he's too much of an elitist, and he's too much on that boule narrative. Now Roland is cooking Phil the Advice show, because Phil the Advice show came out on there. Phil the Advice show, and that woman whose name I forgot came over there and talking about, we're going to survive Trump. Don't worry, we're going to survive Trump. We don't care. We survived slavery. We survived Jim Crow. Just because we, quote unquote, survive does not mean we want to go back into what we came out of. That's like me telling the world, oh, listen, I went to a car wreck. I lost my foot in a car wreck. Since I survived the car wreck, I don't mind going through it again. Do you see how silly Phil the Advice show and them people at the African Diaspora channel sound like, and Vicky Dillard and them sound like? It's nonsense. But like I said, even though I can't stand Roland, even though Roland is problematic, Roland Martin is very problematic, yet he's right. Anybody who says we need to make things worse in order things to get better, they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. You know, they are. Oh, can y'all hear me? They are part of the problem. I see my thing moving, so yeah, I'm live. So they are part of the problem here. Those who go around talking about, yeah, man, we're gonna set things out. We're gonna set it out until it gets so bad that we can make things better. You're part of the problem. That's like somebody saying, oh, we're going to vote in Stalin so things can get bad. But never mind Stalin making these purges all over the Soviet Union. We're going to vote in Adolf Hitler in so we don't mind if all these quote unquote the people religion starts with a J gets wiped off and the gypsies and them get wiped off. We got to make it so bad so we can have real honest government. What about the people who getting killed and hurt and maimed in the process? That's the most selfish thinking by people who said, yeah, man, we're gonna set it out and make things worse, and so when things get worse, it's bring everybody to action. I think it's called what's that? It's a type of mindset ideology that's called what is it called? It's not absolutum. It's called acceleration. Accelerationist. Accelerationist does not work. People get hurt in a process during accelerationism. And this is why I'm gonna tell the manosphere and the MGTOWs and you black conservatives. I want you to understand something. There's going to be a backlash against y'all in 2026. After this is over with in 2027, people are going to be looking at you. People are going to be looking at the ADOS movement and the FBA movement. They be looking at y'all all sideways up in the head while y'all over here trying to grift and try to shame, blame, and explain. No, you're not going to get away with it, and there's going to be enough people hurt that they might do something to y'all. I'm talking to the black conservatives, the manosphere types, the red pill types. That's what's going to happen to y'all. So I suggest though y'all just treat people with some respect, but I believe it's kind of too late for that now. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Pierre, you're right. You're right. They're trying to pit people against each other, and everybody's on this. Oh, see, yeah, and what he said is right. You sent the Marines, you sent the National Guard over to California over some to help ICE, right? But we got 300 people dying in Texas. None of these states sent their National Guard down here. And nobody is not asking a question. Nobody's asking questions. Where is the National Guard at? Not just the Texas National Guard. Where's the same National Guard that was sent to California, or that was sent to Arizona. Facts. Facts. Trump could listen. Trump. Oh my. Oh, wait a minute. Sound problems? Oh, the sound problems? Oh man. Oh man. Don't. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Oh shit. So I'm having sound problems. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Let me remove it. All right. Let me go ahead and remove it. And you can't hear the video. Oh, well. Never mind then. Never mind then. Go over there. It's in the description box. But Trump just asked the Texas legislature. Trump asked the Texas legislature to change to redistrict congressional seats in the middle of a decade. Usually a congressional district is changed every year that starts with a 1. Because yes, you're doing a census on every year that starts with a 0. So by the time the year it starts with a 1, that's when you start having a new district and so forth. So Trump went ahead and asked the Texas Senate and the Texas House, because he asked the governor for a new session. You know. Anyway, yeah. Hold on. Let me stop sharing that all together. I'm gonna leave that alone. You know, but Roland Martin called out Tariq Nasheed, Phil Scott. But let me say this about Phil. I'm gonna say something about Roland. Roland Martin, you're part of the problem too. And the reason why Roland Martin is part of the problem because he chased away a lot of these millennials. And that's why I have a problem with the old black man thing. Older black men tend to chase away younger black men away. Roland Martin did that to the I forgot the brother from Chicago. He ran for mayor in Chicago. His name was Alan Green from Chicago. Oh, no, his last name is Green. I hope I got his name right. The guy named Green from Chicago. Then though the brother named King Randall in Georgia. These people that you did wrong, Roland Martin, you helped them fuel the Tariq Nasheeds of the world, the manosphere, the FBA and the ADOS movement. You have fuel all of that, and now you having this issue with Phil Scott and Tariq doing this, that, blah 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 blah, Umar, blah 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 blah. Yet you helped create that. You know. So don't get mad at just them. Get mad at yourself for creating the atmosphere for young men not listening to you. So anyway, somebody from Auntie's channel wanna talk to me, and I think it was PB Podcast, because he wanted to ask me a question, and I was on Auntie's channel. Right. He was building a school. Well, no. Actually, he already built. He already got the school up and running. The school was already up and running, and Roland kept on bashing him upside the head. And the problem with Roland is the people that he normally have on his panels are people who are so much entrenched, and I'm gonna say they're very cosmopolitan, and they're entrenched in academia. The cosmopolitan and in academia, they're not speaking to the working class man, the working class woman. They own that boule stuff, and then they get mad when some of these men gravitate to these hateful groups online. You know. Oof, yeah. And Dr. Umar couldn't do it, but this young black man did. Yeah. King Randall did it in 18 months. King Randall did his school in 18 months. What was it? 18 months? Well, it was less than 5. Let me put it like that. I'll be fair. It was less than 5 years. About King Randall. King Randall did it less than 5 years. Umar, it's 2025. Umar been saying ever since 2015. You know. Yeah, and it shows that Umar is a fraud. And I told Lynn and Honor the other day, why won't you just call the Federal Trade Commission on Umar and get it over with? Just take his ass out. Sad, pure. Yes. Yeah. Who the fuck still listen to Umar? I mean, it's amazing how people still trying to take up for Umar after all what's going on. You know. But anyway, PB want to talk to me, and I want to see what he want to, you know. Well, that's why I said though, man. Listen, the aggregate, because of the black clowns, the algorithm surrounding the black clowns, they are the modern day crossburnings, because all they do is get in the way of progress and get in the way of what needs to be happening. That's Umar, Phil Scott, Tariq, Jason Black, the Black Authority, Vicky Dillard. Do I need to go on? Right? Even Roland himself, even Roland Martin himself, even though Roland is right about all the names I mentioned earlier. Hold on. You see? V-Dub said, I've been listening to Tariq since Mac lessons. But V-Dub, do you think he's your leader? He's nobody's leader. He stays. That's not the point though, V-Dub. He might say he is no leader, but people treated him like a leader. V-Dub, you can't really say that, V-Dub, because you use his terminology. You use his terminology. You use FBA. So you know what? Let me leave that alone. I ain't trying to. I'm gonna leave that alone. No, I ain't going there. I'm gonna leave that alone. You know. Oof. Ringo is no leader, but Rollo follow him. Don't give me on Rollo, man. Don't give me start on Rollo. Don't get me started on Rollo with his sorry ass. You know. Yeah. But y'all just got here. Now May and V-Dub, where was y'all when I played the origin of the term FBA? And because I played two videos. But guess what? The videos are in my description box. So you know it's in my description box because I put them because there's a TikTok video of a guy explaining where the diaspora wars are coming from. Then I put out another video about Ann Coulter telling people using the term foundational Black Americans. And we're going to find the other video when she was the one who created. And this video, I got to find that video. It happened in 2012. See, I don't use terminologies that people that the people who dislike me creates. And that's why I look at some of y'all and say, man, y'all are some followers, because it's almost like a fucking cult, like FBA. You know, hey, I'm ADOS. All that is a divide and conquer. You know, and Pierre, you're right about that. No, Tyreek got his talking points from a racist white woman and a racist white nationalist group. When Ann Coulter started it, when Ann Coulter wrote in her books about FBA, she used that term. No, she created the term, V-Dub. She the one created. He took it. He took it because he used FBA because of Tone Talks, and Vic Carnell did not want him to be a part of it. Did not want him to be a part of the ADOS movement. No, it's the same context. It's the same. Woo. Go back and read Tone Talks and Tyreek's beef. Go back to the origin of that. It wasn't about lineage. No. It is a divide and conquer tactic. That's what it is. Okay, the first time. Okay, V-Dub, he started it by two ways. First of all, he used FBA to attack ADOS. Then though he got up on there and used the term tether by using some African, because some stupid ass African said some stupid ass bullshit. He started using the term tether. V-Dub, I've been on a college campus. Yes, Africans been saying that bullshit about Black Americans. I fully understand that part, but just because some African says something stupid, okay, hold on. He attacked ADOS because it became a Democratic organization. Really? V-Dub, how can that be possible, V-Dub, when Yvette Carnell was seen wearing a MAGA hat? I think me and Madhead Doctor saw her wearing a MAGA hat, the MAGA cap. And then, hold on, it's also tied into LGBT. Who just because Yvette Carnell is a lesbian and is with a white woman, why should we care about that? There's straight black Americans and there's gay black Americans. I thought the whole issue was about all Black Americans who was a descendant of slaves. No, like they won't, May. No. They won't. The only reason why white women is not giving birth is the same reason why everybody else is not. The same way the reason why the Asians are not giving birth, and the same way people in North America is not giving birth. It's the economy. As soon as you create an atmosphere where everybody is comfortable, families will be created. So the white population is not going to disappear. Sorry, it's not. Oh, you're going, I'm woke? Okay, I mean, they hate their men. Well, some of y'all hate us. What you talking about? So some black women hate black men too. So what? You know. Now I put up the video. It's on my description box where ADOS and FBA is started from this. It was a front group. All you have to do is follow the money. I always tell people, follow the money. The issue is let people go down a certain rabbit hole. And when you start going down this rabbit hole, you know, I don't know why nobody don't see that period. I don't know why nobody ain't seeing it, because I'm looking at it. It's the same tactic what happened in Louisiana in 1890. What? I forgot. Was it 89, 93 or 95? I forgot what year it was. It's the same old tactic. And now you got people saying, I'm not voting and I'm not this. We're not going to do this now. Now Donald Trump is coming into Texas trying to destroy every black and Hispanic congressional district. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it. Well, you try to tell them, and you know, everybody gonna say, shut up, Big J. You know nothing. You're trying to be an intellectual, Big J. You know nothing. You might want to shut up. Okay, I'll shut up until people say, whoa, you was right. I'm tired of people telling me I'm wrong, and then 2 years later, oh, Big J was right. I get so tired of that shit. Every time on YouTube, I talk to y'all, it's the same thing. I tell you, hey, look, y'all, that's not going. Oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, May, that's not the point, May. I'm not the same as a Haitian, but the Haitian and myself, me and a Haitian, have one thing in common. What does a Haitian and you have in common, May? While you know, while like you over here is worrying about this Haitian, and this Haitian is worried about you, and this Nigerian is worried about this person over here. What is the same characteristic between you and that Haitian, you and the Caribbean, you and the African? If they line you up in front of a wall, they're not going to ask what country you come from. And let me say this right now: I am not Pan-African. Let me say it to y'all right now: I am not Pan-African. I don't do the Pan-African shit. So I don't do the conscious community shit. I'm gonna let y'all say this right now. I'm not Pan-African. But if somebody lines you up against the wall, they're not gonna say, well, Big J, you a black man from Texas. You a black American. Oh, V-Dub is a black man from New York. Oh, I forgot her name. Old girl from Canada. I forgot her name. She used to come on my channel. They're gonna tell her, they're gonna line her against the wall. Oh, they ain't gonna tell her, oh, you from Canada. Or you from Haiti, you from Jamaica, you from the Bahamas. No. All of us are niggas to them. All of us are niggas to them. They don't care how much, listen, they don't care how much you look like, how you dress, what language you spoke, or what religion how you pray and profess. You just a nigga. You just, all that other stuff is just a accessory. That's all that is. And I refuse to be on. I refuse to follow none of these groups. Woo, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You're missing the point. You got fascists running the United States government. Fascists is trying to destroy the 14th Amendment. Fascists is now putting laws to destroy black congressional districts as we speak. We got fascists trying to destroy the Constitution. When they line us against that wall, they ain't gonna ask, are you American? Everybody's a fucking threat. Woo, Woo, that's your argument. That's not my argument. Hold on. To Woo and May, that's y'all's argument. That's not my argument. When they start lining people up and people getting hurt, when people start getting hurt, nobody's gonna give a fuck who. Long as it's black, let's get rid of it. And you know, I wish RBR was still alive. I wish RBR was still alive. No, no, no. You don't know what my thinking is, May. You don't know what my thinking. My thinking is based on a historical, on a pattern that I've been seeing in history. What happened in New Orleans, I'm seeing it being played out again. I see it being played out again. I see what happened in New Orleans and it's being played out. The only difference is it's in a bigger scope. You take this group to fight this group. And while these two groups fighting, the ones at the top is making money off of it. Nobody said I care about what white people think. I never said that I care about what white people think. I said they're gonna line us up because they're not going to extinguish of who long as they prevent you as a black person or you as a person of color, of you who is not part of the paradigm that of the white evangelical community. And that's why, and because of what's going on YouTube and how y'all talk, I gotta take this shit off YouTube. Because it seems like people are just following the grifters. They're not sitting there thinking and seeing what you know, they're not seeing all these outside forces. You know, everybody's worried about what Mohammed stupid ass from Africa is saying. I don't give a flying fuck what the Africans are saying, or what some person from the fucking Caribbean saying. What I'm saying is they ain't gonna deviate of who is Caribbean, who is black, or who is black American. All y'all doing is fighting among each other while everybody else over here laughing and making money. I don't care what these Africans say or what the white man say. The point is, though, they want you to fight this other group of people, and you so busy trying to fight them and focusing on them that you not seeing what the left hand is doing. But I bet you in 2 years, y'all, everybody gonna say, okay, yeah, okay. Everybody gonna say, okay, I see what he's talking about. And no, and I know somebody say, well, Big J, you being arrogant. No, I'm not. I'm not being arrogant because I did this before. I told people before what was going to happen. And people did not listen. Because I see it, and Pierre, I'm talk to you. Pierre, I see the same thing going on among Hispanic Americans, in Mexican Americans and Mexicans. I see that happening. They put out propaganda out saying, oh, you're not welcome. You know, these people are more American than you, and you need to, and that's why, though, you see the same tactic on the Hispanic part of it. I see it. I read newspapers. I listen to FM radio. And all you got to do is follow the money. I follow who funds this radio show host, and who fund Charlie Kirk, who fund Bill O'Reilly, who fund Jason Whitlock. I see who fund each other. I see who fund each other in this. I'm not talking about fear mongering. Did I mention anything about fear mongering? No, I'm not. I'm telling people, look at the pattern. There is a pattern going on, and all I do is I see who funds who, who's a part of who, which organization they are a part of. I see if you're part of this organization, and this organization does this, that, and third, and this organization is a front company for another organization that does nefarious things. You have to sit there and actually sit there and think, well, there's a web. But nobody don't listen to me. Everybody want me to pick a side. No. No. I refuse to be a follower. And if that means for me staying alone, yeah, exactly, Pure. I refuse to be a pawn. You know, I refuse to be a pawn. I refuse to be a follower. And I don't give a damn. I stand alone. I stand a fuck alone. That's how deeply I am. I'm held steadfast to what I'm saying. I don't give a damn. I stand what I believe in because I see it. There is a pattern. Nobody over here is fear mongering you woo. Nobody over here is fear mongering. All I'm saying is, do y'all see a pattern? Now I ain't no conspiracy theorist. I'm not. All I have to do is look at the people who is behind the other person and what group is behind that other person. That's it. Nobody said though you was afraid. You the one saying we are fear mongering you. Like I said, I refuse to follow any social media narrative. If I can, if it's not in a book, if it's not in a study, if you can't bring up actual data, then all I'm gonna say is it's not based on evidence. It's based on hearsay. Okay, May. I mean, okay, Woo. Prove it. Prove it. Because nobody over here said, "Oh, be scared of Donald Trump." Ooh. Since when telling people to follow the pattern? Since when that is fear mongering? I want to know. Go Google the data of illegals getting deported. It's all race. Yeah, okay, fine, but what about those Irish people who overstayed their visas? You see, oh, the Haitians, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, but Haitians are black. People who pick all these fruit and trees crossing southern border, they're mostly brown skin. But you got people from Ireland, Germany, Europe, and yes, Ukraine are overstaying their visas. But they never, when we talk about illegal immigration, they never put these people's faces up. Is always some brown person's face. Okay, then why, Woo? The face of illegal immigration does not have a white face to it? I do my research, and I stand by what I said. Now I know I'm losing fans behind this, but I stand on what I stand 10 toes down on this. All this is a divide and conquer. Everybody else is arguing about who's an American and who is not. Who is immigrated over here and who is not. While you keep your eye off of these laws that's being passed. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because at the beginning of this live stream, Woo, I talk shit about Roland Martin is a part of the problem. Yeah, you got to stand for something, Pierre. You got to stand on your principles. One thing though I noticed about YouTube, about a lot of people on YouTube, that nobody had principles. Everybody see what's going. I don't know why, and everybody can see it. Why can't people over here don't see it? Why do people over here don't seem to see what's going on? I'll go around town talking to people. They saying the same thing. Do y'all see they're trying to okay then. Pierre, I said that 2 years ago. I said that about 3 years ago. I said that. Listen, Listen, the problem is economics. If you want to, you know, and I'm glad somebody else said it, except I'm glad. That's why shoe on head. I'm gonna use shoe on head, right? That's why shoe on head. I'm gonna use that example. Shoe on head was right. This is more about economics, because if you was doing better, if this country was doing better on a economic basis, none of this shit would even be in an issue. If everybody was making money and everybody was content, you wouldn't be having all this. And saying, oh, I'm here to shut down the border. Actually, she does know what it is, Woo. Actually, she does, because you're looking at it from mass deportations, right? You're looking at it solely from mass deportations. Deporting people is not the problem, Woo. You're looking, we're not talking, yes, Obama deported more people than Trump. But what you don't seem to understand is he's racialized it. Obama did not racialize it. Obama did not say it's those Mexicans that do it. Obama didn't say, well, ADOS and FBA. He did all that. Now, if we want, you can't compare. You can't use Trump and Obama's. You can't use Obama's deportation and Trump's deportation, because Obama was not sending the Marines to get ICE, to back up ICE. You didn't see the governor of Texas using taking illegals from the southern border and shooting it and sending them to Chicago. Immigrants are not the problem. The problem is the corporation million. Right. I keep on telling. I keep telling people this. Like, right. Every time when you sent the CIA and the military into Venezuela or Nicaragua or Panama, those people will come here. The same countries we invade, they come up here. So you can't just say, oh, it's the illegals, the reason why. No, you got to blame the United States government, because we disrupt their economy, and then these people come up here, and then we want to complain. It's the pattern. It really is a pattern, and its pattern needs to stop. You know, these billionaires need to be addressed. The corporations need to be addressed, because they're the ones starting these problems, and they don't want, you know, and nobody don't want to follow the money. I don't know why nobody don't want to follow the money. I don't, you know. Okay, Woo. if this country goes down, then you know what? I'm not going to address that. I'm not going to address what you said because, it's like that time I hear people from the conscious community be saying, "Oh, I just want the system to crash." I've been hearing a lot of these pro-blacks be saying, "I want the system to crash," and I'm sitting there like, okay, if the system's going to crash, and you're in the same area where the system is going to crash, you're going to be the first ones to be picked off. It's going to crash right over your head. So if a building falls down, that building is not going to care who's on the street level. It's going to fall down and crush everybody. So, and just because I'm a black man, I'm not just going to sit there and ignore what's going on in the entire United States, because what's happened in Maine might happen down here in Texas. What happened in Georgia might happen to somebody in Kansas sooner or later. And I remember what happened with the there used to be an organization called ALEC. There used to be an organization called ALEC, and I was telling people about. I was talking to Vic Damone on TRS. I was telling Vic the origins of the gender war and how ALEC was a factory of legislative bills. If you are a person in California or Georgia or whatever, and you need a bill that will address X, Y, and Z, ALEC will send you and write you a bill, right? Because they come over there and they actually lobby for this bill. So ALEC, you used to do bills, and they always talk about black single mothers and single mother this and then they use a black woman's face. Wait, hold on, is somebody coming? They use a black woman's face as a symbol of female, single mothers. Like you know what? No, nobody will listen to me. That's why I say I'm gonna take this shit off YouTube, because it's always following these grifters. And we are in an era of grifting. And a lot, and I don't want any people want to listen to Phil. Phil don't know the hole in the wall to his ass. Okay, woo. Okay, woo. You said that right. I see you in the chat room saying that, right? Woo. How come, woo, when during the whole pandemic, how many people was acting a fool at the store? How was people acting at your local grocery store during the pandemic? Because during that whole, I'm talking about my experience about if the system crashed, right? When I saw the pandemic, those 2-3 months, it was some bullshit. People did not know how to fucking act. It separates the weak from the strong. It also separates the people who are smart and the people who are dumb. And it's usually the weak and the dumb that will crack under pressure. Oh man, I gotta steal it. Oh, I don't give a damn. Oh, where is my milk? You're not gonna get any milk. You're not gonna get any toilet paper. This is when during the pandemic people was arguing and having these spats over toilet paper and milk. So do you really want to say, oh, let's let the system crash? But I'm gonna say this to you, black Trump supporters. People really getting tired of y'all at this point, man. I'm gonna say about these black Trump supporters and these black conservatives. I don't think though y'all gonna be. I don't think y'all gonna last long in 2 years. After all this over with. And that Epstein case, let me talk about the Epstein case. None of y'all care about those people, the victims in the Epstein case. None of y'all care about that shit. All that is political theater. None of that is political theater. All that is, I mean, it's political theater, but nobody care about those children. But like I said, unfortunately, the Democratic Party's done for a couple of years. The Democrats going to get the House though. They're going to get the House and lose everything else though. That's what I think was going to happen, you know. Oh. I'm waiting for the end of the Christian evangelical society community. I want the evangelical community to be destroyed. Wait a minute. Who the fuck showing up? Hold on. No, it won't. No. The pendulum. See, you on this concept of the pendulum being swinging to right and left. No, it's not. Man, no. I got that interview. I got the interview. I'm gonna do that interview tomorrow. And let me say this. It's gonna sound weird what I'm about to say. Hunter Biden acted a fucking fool. I'm gonna say right now, that was the best interview. That's one of the best interviews ever made. The Hunter Biden interview was one of the best interviews ever made. And he told the truth. He told something I've been seeing. Hold on, what is she doing? Oh, never mind. She walking her dog. All right, what you that bright? That light's bright as motherfucker. Damn. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that Hunter Biden. I don't know. Do y'all want me to do that live stream in the morning about Hunter Biden? Because that it was comical though, and he was right about crack cocaine and cocaine, and he went down the science of why he favored crack over powdered. That shit was crazy. That interview was crazy. And that guy named Channel 5, he deserved a Pulitzer, okay? He deserved a Pulitzer Prize for that interview. Because that was an entertaining interview. But like what? Yes, he sure did. I can't believe how he professed his love for crack. Yes, he told people he's in love with crack. That when I saw that, I my mouth just I bust out laughing when he said that. Yeah, I'm in love with crack. See, hold on. She said, I could care less. This is a great show. Keep your popcorn because no one's going to stop shit. Explains, Kelly. Explain. I want you to explain that. Man, he went ahead and snort. He said cocaine. He said though, listen, he professes love for cocaine, for crack. That shit was funny. That shit was funny. And I'm gonna say something too. How did he got that? I want to know something. How did he got that interview? This little small town, this a small time YouTuber got this interview. He's a small YouTuber last week, and his channel blew up to 1 million subs. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, he did. Yes, Pierre. Yes. That it was comical. Yeah, and he said alcohol is worse than crack. When he said that, I bust out laughing at that. He said alcohol is worse than crack. I bust out laughing when he said that. I was like, what the fuck? I bust out laughing when he said that. We did. He said alcohol's worse than crack. Because alcohol did this and alcohol did that. But I was fine with crack. I was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to do a live stream on this, though. Man, I got to do live stream on this, though, tomorrow, man. That was one of the best interviews ever made. That shit was funny. I'll take vodka for 200, Alex. Man, when Hunter Biden said that, I was floored, man. And then he started to cook. Then though he said he actually talked about crack cocaine in a science. He said the reason why crack is better than cocaine because the baking powder, and he went by the chemical name of the bait. He said bicarbonate sodium. He said because the bicarbonate sodium, which is the chemical name of baking soda, he said it dilutes and purifies the cocaine. I said, I know he didn't say that. I know he didn't say. He said coke. He said the baking powder bicarbonate sodium purifies because when you dissolved it in hot water with the cocaine, it dissolved the impurities. I was like, I know he didn't say that. When he said that, I bust out. I laughed it all morning long, y'all. I laughed all morning long. Right. See, baking soda is only good on bean stings as a purifier. Yes, you're right, Pierre. And baking soda is also good when you got gas. When he said it purifies the cocaine, that's why it's better. That's why you get a powerful high more than powder cocaine. I was like, bruh. That got to be the new Rick James. That got to be the new Rick James of the 2020s. Shit, that actually beat. Look, Hunter Biden beat. He got Rick James beat. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. No crack is. Oh shit, that shit was funny. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do reaction video on that. Cause damn, since I'm off tomorrow, I was supposed to be going to a meeting, but they canceled the meeting because yes, yeah, I was supposed to be going to the meeting tomorrow, but I canceled. The meeting was canceled because I had some ideas I was going to put on the forefront. And I said, "Damn, why in the hell did y'all cancel the meeting for?" I was going to start my shit. I was about to get all my shit started. Y'all want to cancel a meeting on my ass? Damn. Oh well. Uh-oh. And Hunter went off on George Clooney. Hunter went off on George Clooney. He went off on Nancy Pelosi. He went off on Hollywood. He went off on the Democratic Party. He went off on everybody. That interview, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that in the morning. I'm sorry, I gotta do that interview in the morning though. That one, yeah, I gotta do that interview in the morning though. So anyway, donate if y'all want, cause yeah, I'm about to go live on that one. Cause I'm gonna go deep and hard on the paint on that one, y'all. Cause that one was funny as fuck though. Recent interview, yes, he did. The interview was over the weekend. Hunter Biden did this interview over the weekend. That shit was funny as fuck. And whoever is Channel 5, congratulations on him because he's a guy who lived in a van. He's a guy who lived in a van. Send it to you. Check my community tab here. Better yet, Pierre, I'll go ahead and tag you. I'll go and tag you on my community tab. So like you can see it for yourself. But no, however, Pierre, there are parts. So if you want the entire interview, or you want the parts where the crazy shit was going on, when he said a lot of crazy shit. Because there is like a 2-hour interview, and then there is a section interview. So which one you want? Because but I send it to you, the key points. But yeah, man, he roasted everybody. Shout out to Hunter Biden. Hell, you know what? I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be crazy to say this. I think that's your 2028 candidate. I think Hunter Biden is y'all's 2028 candidate, because he went the fuck off, and that shit was classic. He talked about Pierre. He sounded like a candidate. Pierre, he went down to the science of all the policy positions. I'm like, is this guy running? Because he was acting like a politician, and then though he started talking about crack cocaine, and then he started to roast the Democratic Party, and then all of a sudden he started acting like, he might run. I won't be surprised based on that interview and how normal he actually acted. Well, despite all the cussing, he acted normal. It wasn't unhinged, because he was having a conversation. Listen, Woo, tell me if I'm right. No, tell me if I'm wrong. And I go accept it if I'm being wrong. Tell me that Hunter Biden sounded like a candidate during that interview. Because I'm sitting there like, oh my God. Because that was like, oh my God, he knows what the hell he's talking about. And no, just because I said that does not mean I want Hunter Biden to run for president, much less being president. I'm just saying what he said sounded like it sounded convincing. Is what I'm saying. He sounded like he's convincing. He's very like he can convince a group of people to vote for him. Yeah, he spoke very articulate. You just need to cut down all the cussing. You know what? I forgot one thing about the interview. Did they ever brought up the laptop? I wonder if they brought up the laptop up, because I wasn't, because I was too busy laughing, about the cocaine thing, because that shit was funny though. I don't know if I don't know, because I laughed so damn hard. Because that shit was funny to me. I don't know if they talk about the laptop. Yeah, everyone loves a redemption arc, so he might have a chance. Now, we know half America has a IQ of 80, so I'm not surprised. Well, YouTube has a IQ of 60. Man, don't even get me started. You got these low IQ idiots online. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here. I'll go live in the morning about this interview I'm trying to get my interviews set up, my damn self. I'm trying to get my interview set up. So, oh, and by the way, I got many goals in life. I got many goals in life, so you can't stop me, okay? You can stop one or two of my goals. You can't stop all of them. While you trying to tag me, and it's not working. Stupid idiot. You tagging you tagging the wrong person and shit. That shit's funny to me. Anyway, I want to thank May about that, the tagging thing. But anyway, we can get off of here. Y'all be easy, and I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.